Thank you guys for maintaining that applause almost until I reached the microphone. That's enough. No, don't patronize me. It's okay. Whatever. I was already on the fence about you people, frankly. And it's not personal. It's just the Bay Area. It just feels to me like the energy here is a lot of people using the word energy. Is that... I don't know. I just, like, personally, I need a little less namaste and a little more go fuck yourself. Just know where I stand. I don't trust you people, really, is what it comes down to. So, but I will say one thing I much prefer about the Bay Area, New York. Much prefer. Taking mushrooms, way better here. Way better. Yeah, give yourself credit for that. Because, or 4 claps is fine, whatever. I would have given like 7 claps personally, but no, because whenever I take mushrooms in New York, I get paranoid, you know, I'm like, what if I run into a cop? In the Bay Area, if you run into a cop on mushrooms, you can just be like, dude, I am really high on mushrooms right now. And the cop will be like, dude, I can't arrest you because we're all one. And the real prison is the ego. And I had a particularly powerful mushroom trip here almost exactly a year and a half ago. And I was tripping alone because I was alone, because I've been single for a very long time. Like, well, I've been fucking a lot, but I'm at the age now where that is not fulfilling anymore. Or I guess more accurately, I realize it never really was fulfilling. Like, once you get past that sort of level of testosterone where you just have to fuck constantly or masturbate constantly, then it's like, yeah, it just felt like kind of empty, having these, like, you know, friends with benefits type relationships. But to me, that's a misnomer. Because it's like friendship is what's missing from those relationships. You wouldn't be hanging out if it weren't for the benefits. Like the last woman I had a relationship like that with, it was just very obvious we had nothing in common. I mean, her favorite app was TikTok, mine is the flashlight. I knew it wasn't going anywhere. So I was thinking about this on this mushroom trip, and I realized the reason I hadn't had a deep relationship in a long time was because I was scared of the vulnerability, because the last time I really opened my heart to a woman, I got my heart broken, and in the aftermath of that, I developed, at that time, very severe obsessive compulsive disorder. So, yeah, I don't know if anyone has OCD, just raise your hand 22 times. It's, and I hesitate joking about OCD because people already don't take it seriously. Like, there's a cleaning service a few blocks from me in Brooklyn called OCD Cleaners, which you wouldn't do that with any other mental illness, right? There's no bipolar cleaners out there. We'll clean your apartment, then we'll trash it. Yeah, it was really bad for a long time, the OCD. And actually, mushrooms helped me a lot with the OCD, but yeah, I still hadn't had like a deep relationship in a long time. And I realized this on this mushroom trip, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna change this. And 4 days later, I met my current partner, and within 5 minutes of meeting her, we got into a very intense argument about free will. Now, I know all the other comments have talked about this. I'll give you my opinion. I believe free will exists, but physicists say free will doesn't exist. But I have no respect for physicists. I have no respect for them. I don't. Because physicists don't understand time at all. And they refuse to admit this. They're very arrogant about it, and it upsets me. It really does. I've actually started protesting in front of the Berkeley Physics Department about this. I was out there a few days ago leading a big protest. What do we want? The acknowledgement that time is an illusion. When do we want it? So I don't know. But, so I believe free will exists, because I don't respect physicists, unless anyone isn't enjoying this set, in which case we don't have free will, neither of us had a choice. Basically, no refunds because of physics. But this woman, her name was Anna, she was arguing against free will, and she was citing all these philosophers, and I was very, like, yeah, just very intrigued by her, and there was clearly an attraction, but the first time we had sex, not good at all, no. I think mostly, though, because we were using condoms. Which, to me, condoms, they're just an abomination. I mean, it's 2023. We're talking about sending people to Mars. But somehow, the best solution we can come up with to the problems of sexually transmitted diseases and pregnancy is wrapping our genitals in plastic? It's like, it's fucking barbaric. There's got to be a better solution out there. Like, I don't know, maybe a spray-on condom. I don't know. I don't have an R&D budget, but this is the Bay Area. You guys figure it out. You're all engineers. There's got to be a better way. But the fact that we put up with these shitty condoms, to me, it shows that, like, supposedly we're a secular nation, right? But there's really no separation between church and state. There's this deep discomfort with sex because we still have deep puritanical roots in this country. I mean, sure, we'll use sex to sell products. When it comes time to making sex better and safer, there's no will. And the fact that we put up with these condoms, to me, fundamentally, it undercuts the values that this country was founded upon. It really does. Yeah, so this is the speech I give women before sex, and it works about 2/3 of the time, actually. More in the South. Yeah. So we've been together now a year and a half, and it's going amazingly well. I feel like you guys are too enthusiastic for the fact that I've found someone, which is kind of doesn't make me feel great about myself. That's even worse. Anyway, the point is, I kind of feel like, I don't know, I don't trust, like, she's too, how can I, all right, she's significantly better looking than I am. She's younger. She's more successful. Like, and listen, I don't need to be like famous, but I'd like to get to the point in life where when you type in my name into Google, Adam Strauss, it suggests net worth. That's all I want from life. Instead of right now, it suggests asset manager, and I'm not an asset manager. And whoever's an asset manager, they're not even in entertainment, yet they're more famous than I am. Okay, so the point is, and now we know why. Thank you. This would be an appropriate time to ooh, or oh, or whatever that sound is. There we go. Yeah, I'm conducting this audience like a fucking symphony. So the point is, no, she's great, but it does make me question things sometimes. Like, even people, well, so for one thing, even people who don't know us kind of assume we're not together. Like, but we were at a dance party recently, like, DJ. So we were like facing the DJ, but we were very close together, dancing. But dudes kept rolling up on her, and would get like very close to her, like rubbing up against her, and I realized they just assume we're not together. And so what I did when this happened is I just leaned in and I just made out with her, And it wasn't like territorial or insecure. It was really an act of compassion. Like, she asked the first time I did that, she's like, what was that for? And I'm like, oh, I'm just saving that guy some time, basically, that's all. Yeah. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Some of you are, because I've been that guy so many times, right? Like, you see a woman, and then you start strategizing, and you're like, God, what should I say, what should I do? And you invest all this mental energy, and then you realize she's with someone else. And so, yeah, I was paying it forward. I was being compassionate. But this kept happening over the course of the night. Like, guys just kept rolling up. I'd make out with her. They would drift away. They get the message. But then this one guy came up who, just a beautiful man, not even handsome, beautiful, just a prime specimen. And so I went in for the kiss, and he slapped me, and he was out of my league. So I made out with my girlfriend, but this guy, he just didn't drift away at all. He was still getting really close to her, so I made out with her again. Didn't drift away at all. And then I realized in his mind, he just couldn't accept the possibility that this was my girlfriend. Like, in his mind, he must have been like, well, they must be from some country where that's how uncles greet their nieces. Yeah, she's great. But the thing I most appreciate about her is she has integrity. She really does. So we were on a cross-country flight recently, and someone was farting. It was bad. It was like top 15% of farts, or bottom 15%. I don't know how the scale goes, but it was obnoxiously bad, and surprisingly long-lived. Like, it just went on and on. Almost an hour of a consistent level of malodorousness. I don't know if that's a word, but you get the idea. And then suddenly, my girlfriend stands up in the middle of the plane and is like, excuse me, everyone. Excuse me. Someone is farting, and it has to stop now. Whoever it is, go to the bathroom, take care of it. But it's not fair to the rest of us. It's not right. She made it a moral issue. I mean, I'm not saying she's Rosa Parks, but I feel like it's on the same continuum, looking up at her, and I just felt so much respect for her, you know? So much admiration for her courage. And so much relief that she didn't realize I was farting. So, all right, that's it for me. No,